My name is Jennifer Ba. I work for a charity called SCOREscotland. We are based in Wester Hailes in southwest Edinburgh. My role is to support children and young people, so I manage our youth provision. We run clubs, groups, Duke of Edinburgh Award, we manage a bike library service. We do anything and everything that young people are interested in doing, and a lot of our funding is targeted to work with Black and minority ethnic people, but we are absolutely welcoming to everybody.
So I've been working with SCOREscotland for a number of years. SCOREscotland was a project that was funded through the Climate Challenge Fund, and I supported that work. That was going back nearly 10 years ago. So, and through that we did a lot of youth work as well with SCOREscotland, so looking at young people and thinking about like bringing home some of the stories that they have from their home countries as well, which is really important. And then there was a lot of talk with around climate anxiety, which was an interesting conversation, because talking about climate anxiety with white Scottish people is not the same as talking about climate anxiety with people that have got friends, relatives, and they themselves have migrated from a different place that actually have been impacted by climate change. So these issues around climate anxiety were totally different issues that was faced by these young people. So that was really important for, I think, us to kind of get an understanding of bringing those stories to the mainstream narratives as well.
So today has been a lovely Climate Sisters exhibition. So the Climate Sisters have come over from Glasgow and they've created different pieces of work, art exhibitions and different talking points focused on climate justice and climate change.
So each of the women have a creative art project that they're talking about climate issue and a climate issue that they're passionate about, and they're doing this through an artwork, and there's various art mediums that they've used. And today we've been supported by Edinburgh University so that they can actually exhibit this here today. This afternoon we're hoping to get together with the young people and bring the Climate Sisters and the young people to a mock UN table where they can actually start to think about how countries start to negotiate around climate issues. So it would be really interesting to see what young people put to the forefront and what's important to them compared to what leaders put at the forefront.
It's been such a positive experience because Zarina is extremely encouraging. She wants to build confidence in all of us so that we're able to feel that we can speak confidently about issues that affect us. And I think her work with women specifically and building leadership skills has just been so important, and how she engages with young people. So we know if it's a session with Zarina, the young people are going to really enjoy themselves, but it's also going to be educational as well. And yeah, just building confidence actually in all of us has been really positive.
People are different to me and they have different approaches, and Jennifer's one of those other people that have a different approach. So there's lots of times where we can have really good debates about how we want to do things and how we approach things. And what's interesting is where we come together in the middle, which is always a nice space, because I always know when I work with somebody who's totally different from me, it's going to end up with something that's really going to have an impact, because it's not just about my vision, it's not just the way I want to do something, it's also about how others can do things, and there's a lot of learning that we get, and Jennifer has a totally different approach to the way she approaches things to me, which is really good, and I'm totally different from Jennifer, and I just think when we come together, it does create like this like magic.
I think what today really highlights for me is that everybody's voice is as important as each other. You don't need to be an academic, you don't need to be a professor in climate change to really highlight that it affects you, and to think about how it will affect your families and your communities, and everyone's voices are equal, so we should all be heard and listened to.
So it's really important to collaborate with others, and I think because through collaboration you actually get a cross-fertilisation of learning and knowledge, because everybody has, well, especially with like an organisation like SCOREscotland, they have people that are from different parts of the world, and I think that's really important. And then again, with the Climate Sisters, they've all got connections to different parts of the world, so there's these real life stories that they're bringing to the forefront, which is important, because it's not just about something that's hearsay or happening somewhere else or happening to someone else. These are happening to these people that are here in the room today. What's next? I'm hoping that the young people will be inspired by some of the Climate Sisters to think about how they use their voices, because I think it's really important that voices are heard and voices aren't invisibilised. It's very easy for you to become, especially for a person of colour, to become invisible. I know that's sometimes difficult to understand when you're the only brown person in a room, but then all of a sudden nobody sees you. And I think most of these young people and the women in that room know that feeling. And I really want to say that these are spaces that we can create, and we can create platform for your voices to be heard. And then give them that confidence that they can raise their voices and rise above the pulpit and say what they want to say.
Today is actually the first time that we've done a mock COP event, and oh my gosh, the enthusiasm. Young people were coming, they were in the office yesterday, like, you know, getting their PowerPoints together, and I think definitely this is something we need to do more often. We need to build those skills and those confidence. And I think we would love to do an exhibition similar to the Climate Sisters. So I spoke to Zarina and I said, do you think this is possible? And she said, absolutely, they will come over to us in Wester Hailes and we can do a day together, and the young people can learn from the Climate Sisters and develop their own ideas and areas that, you know, they want to focus on, and hopefully we can put something together.